Ladies and gentlemen, here we are with another new series on the channel. This time we are going to be playing our player career mode. This time a little bit different, no webcam on the series, no live commentary, and we're also going to be starting off with the Portland Timbers. This is the first team that I ended up following whenever I first got into the MLS, and they've always stayed close to my heart. I know most of you have seen videos where in the background I do have my Portland Timbers scarf, so I did want to do at least one good series where I start off with the Portland Timbers, and I thought what better way to do it than a player career mode. So what we're going to be doing is playing a normal player career mode. We're going to be a center defensive mid, as you guys can see here. I already did play the preseason, that way I could get a good handle of the team and we wouldn't really have to go through those stages, and I know the preseason games really just aren't that interesting to see. So we did end up getting a 7.3 rating throughout preseason, which is going to give us a pretty good start and allow us to actually start into the team. We started out as a 63 rating and now we're at a 66. We have very good pace for a center mid. We need to just work on those skill traits, but our physical attributes are looking really good and we're still growing the player as much as we can, obviously. So already off to a really good start with this player and with this team, and I'm feeling really comfortable. But we are going to start off in the MLS against LA Galaxy. Obviously going to be a very tough game, a very tough team to go up against. I was very surprised that we ended up going with Milano up top as striker. He did play well during preseason, but I didn't think we were going to give him the shout to go off with. But we are going to be playing in this 4-3-2-1 formation, super narrow, not really much of a wing. In this game we are going to be playing as that pure center defensive mid, that true central midfielder, whereas during the majority of preseason we were actually playing as the outside center mid, which allowed me to play more of a left mid position if I wanted to. So it was a little weird trying to kind of readjust and actually get my mind into being a center defensive mid or a central midfielder where I wasn't supposed to push up as often. So there actually are a lot of times where I am out of position, but you guys see the team coming out here in the StubHub Center. Obviously beautiful stadium, love that they're in the game, and hopefully, you know, one day Providence Park will end up being in the game. I would love to see it. Now that Atlanta United has Mercedes-Benz Stadium, I think we do definitely need to start working towards getting the rest of the MLS into the league, or into the game rather. So as you guys see here, the normal LA Galaxy lineup that you would expect is Zlatan up top, Kamara, Dos Santos, Ashley Cole, all the big names that you would expect in the team. Kitchen is playing in the middle with the Dos Santos brothers, and this team is very good and looks very good. So I knew it was going to be a tough game, especially being a center defensive mid, or a center mid in general. Definitely wanted to try to put our best foot forward. This is a position where, you know, it gives you a lot of opportunities to get on the ball. This wasn't really a position that I thought I was going to be in where I could score many goals. But we end up, you know, working the ball around really well here. Just kind of passing it around, trying to see where we could be. I noticed I went out of position right here, so I actually ran back, ended up getting into space, asking for the ball, and absolutely scoring a banger. Like this goal, I could not believe that I scored, because I think my shooting is like 50 shooting or something. We're doing this really weird celebration. I wanted to do something crazy, something random. We'll probably end up switching up the formation, but the celebration multiple times this series. But as of right now, we're gonna go with that little weird little dance. But we end up putting like no spin onto this ball. It ends up going all over the place, and you're gonna see this is a best angle where it's just no spin and it dies out right at the end, gets over the keeper and into the net. So absolute beauty of a goal, and we end up going 1-0 up already in the 18th minute, going up against LA Galaxy. So such a good start here. Definitely trying to put our best foot forward and do what we can for this team. Obviously we're not going to be looking to score many goals in this series. If the opportunity comes in those type of situations where I get the ball outside of the box, then we're definitely going to push forward. We're fast forwarding all the way to the 56th minute here. You guys are going to see that we do end up bringing Armorentos in, and he scores right away. Absolute beast, doing the Balotelli celebration. And absolutely scoring a beautiful goal right off of the bench, literally first touch. So I think he is going to end up being the starting striker. I don't really see any reason why he wasn't in this game, but you know, he grabbed himself a goal, and we are going to move forward and try to really just get as many goals on LA Galaxy as we can, because you know this team attacks fast, they do attack well, and they have a lot of really good goal scorers and poachers that will score on you at any given moment. So LA Galaxy makes a couple substitutions after we end up scoring that goal, and they start moving forward a little bit. But just let me know what you guys would like to see. Obviously these episodes are going to be a little bit longer. I do want to show a little bit more open field play before goals. That way you guys see, because I am the center mid, so it's not like it's just me trying to score goals. Laton scores an absolute banger here. We are playing ultimate difficulty, by the way. I don't know if I did mention that. It is really nice playing a player career mode in ultimate difficulty, because your teammates are also at that like ultimate CPU level. So the passes they make, the defensive plays they make, everything lines up really well. It's not like it's just all against you being ultimate, but it makes the teammates around you better as well. So a lot of really good things all the way around that make this team go really well. I like the passing. I love the fact that we're doing like one-touch passing all the way around. It's super comfortable. It makes it easier being a center mid to get into those positions where you're able to push forward. So again, really loving this series. Let me know, how long do you guys want me to play in Portland? Let me know kind of where you guys want me to push forward to. Again, we ended up getting scored on, so like I said earlier on, if you give LA Galaxy an inch, they take a yard, and they absolutely thrashed us right here, getting those 2 goals back to back so quickly. That near post is absolutely OP. If you guys are playing FIFA 19, definitely try to get that type of shot. I've been scored on like that multiple times, and it's always with LA Galaxy that I end up playing against them, whether it's Atlanta United or in this, that they manage to get the ball in those types of positions and end up grabbing themselves a goal from the near post, and the keeper literally is standing in a perfect position to stop that, but just can't seem to get on it. But as you guys see, we are kind of looking a little bit more at the open play. Again, being in like the center of the center mids made it kind of weird, having Chara on my right, and I forgot who I had on my left as well, which I'll end up putting the player names above their heads as well, just so that you guys can see the player names at all times, because then obviously in the bottom left it's only going to show mine. But Diego Valeri, the man, the myth, the legend, the MLS player of the year, absolute beastly free kick there that ends up giving us the lead against LA Galaxy. So this team, man, it's going to be so much fun playing with them. I did want to do some sort of series where I played with them, because I knew it was going to be a game that I was going to end up having a lot of fun with. So all these players that are in this team, just they feel really good around me. I like the cohesion of the team already in our first MLS game. Everything's feeling really good. Powell ends up coming out here for Zaki Valentin. So just making moves. Here you see I somehow end up getting a breakaway. Didn't have the pace to keep going with that ball, but having that 74, 77 range sprint speed is actually allowing me to make runs into the box, and teammates are actually letting me make runs into the box because I have the pace to beat the defenders. So it's going to be really fun playing in that center mid role with that little bit of pace, and hopefully once we get our shooting up we can score more bangers like we did there. I think it actually ended up working out in our favor that we ended up playing with a little less quality shooting, because I think it ended up giving us that no spin shot that ended up just having a little too much power, ended up dropping right at the end. So it worked out perfectly. We end up winning this game 3-2 thanks to Diego Valeri's goal in the 76th minute, giving us that 3-2 victory against LA Galaxy. And now we're going to move into another really tough game here on the road against the New York Red Bulls. Obviously we are playing a lot on the road to begin the season because it does match this year's schedule whenever Portland was not at home while Providence Park was getting all of the upgrades done and everything like that. So we are going to be on the road a lot in the beginning, and then hopefully we will get back to, you know, the stadium that we call Providence Park, that's going to hopefully be as close to it as we can. But here we go against the New York Red Bulls, another team. It's like you give them an inch, they take a yard. So I think that you can say that a lot about the upper half, I would say, of the MLS. They're very attacking. and they cause a lot of games to be very high scoring in my opinion. The MLS does lack a little bit, in my opinion, of quality defenders. It seems like all these MLS teams want to score so many goals, but they don't really care as much about defense. You always hear about the teams that are scoring X amount of goals, breaking records that way, but you never really hear about the teams that are breaking records for the least amount of goals scored. And I feel like we're starting to move a little bit too uncontrollably towards the type of league where we're going to see all these goals scored all the time, which creates exciting football / soccer, whatever you want to call it. Yes, but it also is going to create a less quality league in the long run, and I would love to see that, you know, quality defenders come into these teams and we create a little bit more defensive of a league. Not necessarily to the point where we're, you know, having a bunch of games where they're only like 1-goal games or stuff like that, but, you know, just to put in that little bit of extra quality to bring up the quality of all the players around the midfield and the strikers. I think it would make the league better and we would have a little bit more credibility. But as you see here, off of a short corner, Tyler Adams ends up getting on the end of that shot and just slides it right past Jeff, and we end up going 1-0 down super early on in the 7th minute of this game. So a little frustrating. You concede a goal so early on in this one. But like I said, whenever you just give New York those opportunities and you don't mark well, they are going to pop up. They have a lot of different options to score goals, and it's not always going to be like one striker or one player every game. So New York is built very well. As I am recording this, I am watching the New York Red Bulls Atlanta United game. That formation is a disaster, and Atlanta United can't seem to figure out what they're doing, as it looks like we can't figure out what we're doing on our side. And Wright Phillips ends up putting in a goal past us, and we go 2-0 down in the 40th minute. So again, conceding a little too often. We need to get a little bit tighter in the back. One of these, maybe two of these goals could actually end up being my fault, because obviously when you are part of the midfield, no matter where you are in the midfield, you're always supposed to pick up some sort of marking. And even if you're not the original or main factor in what got the goal conceded, you ended up probably dealing with the build-up in that. So, you know, I need to get a little bit better in defense myself. I'm trying to do a little bit better. Here you see some pretty bad passing from me, and it ends up sparking a little run here. And that's all it takes, is one bad pass, and, you know, you give Ultimate the ability to push forward, and you have to start marking. And here you're seeing I'm trying to mark Kaku a little bit, end up pulling off of him because the defender's coming in. I probably should have continued to mark him, but I was out of position and was starting to realize that a little too late, and Wright Phillips ends up scoring a beautiful bike in the box. And we end up going 3-0 down on the 43rd minute. So 3 unanswered goals in this episode already. This first half was definitely a little rough for us. We couldn't seem to figure it out. I'm again trying to figure out kind of the positioning of the regular box-to-box midfielder, where sometimes I feel like I should be chasing down an attacker to try to make sure that I close him down. I should actually be playing a little bit further back. So it's again this little bit of a teeter-totter of trying to figure out where I'm supposed to be playing. In this episode, or in this game rather, I was playing on that outside central midfield, which did let me push up a little bit more in attacking, but I do still need to remember to make sure to get into those places in defense as well. But we end up getting a beautiful volley here, just a nice little cross, and again with that celebration, we're gonna have a lot of fun with that, at least for a couple episodes before we end up switching to something else. Super corny, super weird, but ended up loving that celebration. But we end up just asking for a beautiful little cross, end up getting the perfect little touch to curve it around the defender and get it past Robles in the box. So we end up getting a goal back right before the clock of halftime, and we end up going into halftime 3-1. So now you're going to see we're going to jump forward to the 62nd minute, again trying to push forward with the team, end up getting this ball out to the wing, ask for the ball again, trying to just figure out where we want to be in this team, and we end up getting the ball to Diego Valeri, throwing him down on the ground after he scores that goal, and, you know, just giving him that hug after. Absolute beautiful finish, that finesse shot that we need to make part of our game. We end up getting that ball over to Valeri, not getting the assist, but getting the assisted assist, and just trying to push forward with the team. So we end up bringing it back 3-2, so we're trying to bring some sort of comeback into this game. and just make sure that, you know, whenever we end up getting scored on 3 times in the first half and it's a little difficult of a game, we still make sure that we, you know, focus on moving forward. The players are still playing well, the passing is still going well, and we're still getting all these opportunities to move forward. So it's, you know, a really good team comfort here already. I will say a lot of career modes that I play in, I don't really feel comfortable with the team. I don't like their style of play, and it makes it difficult to play in the position that that you choose. So it's really good that I already feel comfortable with this team. Again, just need to work on some defensive things, both on my end and then also just making sure that my teammates do what they need to do in that sense as well. So here we get another opportunity to push forward. I get the ball, pass that up to, I believe that's Valeri, might be Blanco, looking at the video now, and just trying to push forward, get another chance here. Blanco holds the ball pretty well for Powell. Powell crosses it into the box. Unlucky I didn't get a chance there to actually like bike that or anything like that. Again, you see him out of position, but EA loves to always say that you're out of position. And we end up grabbing the equalizing goal in the 70th minute with Amarentos, and we end up going 3-3 in this game. So, you know, we're trying to push forward any way we can, try to bring this game back, and we end up bringing it to 3-3, just trying to, again, push forward anyway. So, absolutely beautiful goal, a beautiful team goal. Again, sometimes you just get into the box like we did with Blanco, and he doesn't see the opportunity there, so he ends up just holding the ball up well, and we pass the ball around a little bit more, just trying to look for that perfect shot, and end up getting it there with Amatero. Sorry, I always end up moving his R just randomly in his name because I just don't like where his R is in his name or something. I couldn't really tell you, but anyways, I will butcher names a lot in this series. Don't you worry, whether it's with Portland, whether it's another team in the MLS. My ability of saying names can sometimes be lacking, especially whenever I'm tired. So if I'm ever recording late at night, there will be a very high percentage chance that we end up messing up the names. But this is going to be a series while we kind of wait and let this play go forward. New York ends up getting a really good break off. This is going to be a series that is going to be fully recorded and not streamed. We're still going to be streaming the Atlanta United series on the channel. And then I think I'm also going to start recording the Fulham series instead and posting those to the channel instead of streaming. And just streaming that Atlanta United series and obviously 5 Stripe Fridays and everything like that. So if that is something that you guys are interested in, definitely check those videos out. I'm sure I'm bringing in some Portland fans by doing a series with Portland. And I don't really know how all of you guys feel about Atlanta United and the team like that. I know there are a lot of negative perceptions around a lot of players in this squad. Or, sorry, not players. Fans that are the issues with most of MLS fans, that Atlanta United ends up getting some bad limelight. But we end up getting a loss here. It was a little frustrating to end up conceding that goal super late on, but we end up taking the L here and dropping 3 points, which is super frustrating. But moving forward, we just have to make sure that going into this game against Dallas, we still have a really good opportunity to put points onto the board. But again, if you guys are interested in those other series, definitely make sure to go check those out. Going to be streaming pretty often. It may be that on the weekends I don't stream, just so that I can end up getting some gameplay recorded, because obviously I want to make sure that I get at least one of these episodes out to you guys, as well as streaming throughout the week. So I will be recording and streaming, kind of setting each other off. Atlanta United videos definitely going up as well after the streams, making sure to get those edited down and uploaded to the channel either the same day or the following day. So definitely make sure to check those videos out. But again, the streams may end up being a little weird right now. We're going to try to at least keep the videos going out. I am in the process of moving, so the setup will be changing and everything like that. So it's going to be a little bit of a process here, but hopefully we can at least get our setup settled in the next couple days. That way we can get back to streaming, get back to videos, and just get these out as often as possible. So let me know though, do you guys want to see this video done in a live commentary format? Instead of a commentary afterwards, or do you guys like the post-game commentary where I'm able to kind of just talk over the gameplay, talk about either, you know, the Portland team the MLS in general, soccer in general, and then obviously commentate on the game in terms of the goals and everything like that. Just go ahead and let me know in the comment section down below how you guys want to view that, and we'll go ahead and get into this Dallas game now. You are going to be seeing we are again obviously playing on the road against a very mid-table, I would say, Dallas team, but still a very strong squad in its heart. I think losing Kellen Acosta ends up making it a little bit of a lesser quality midfield, in my opinion, at least FIFA wise. They end up losing a very strong midfielder there, but overall still a very decent team. Here we end up calling for the ball and ended up causing a pass that went straight to Dallas, and they ended up getting a really good opportunity. Barrios ends up having no defenders around him at all. Jeff tries to come out to make the save and just can't get it. So we end up going 1-0 down there, and again, if you give an inch to Ultimate, they will take a yard. At this point, it's not even about the team that you're playing, it's only about the difficulty. If you end up pulling a player out of position, if you end up pulling yourself out of position, or you end up making a bad pass or call for a pass, you are going to get scored on in this difficulty. So it's so much fun. Here, a beautiful bike. Again, another bike in this episode. The goals have been absolutely incredible, but we end up pulling a goal back very quickly, honestly, in the 20th minute. So it is now already 2-1, 3 goals in the matter of 30 minutes. Absolutely incredible game going on already, but what a beautiful bike. Always curling, always dropping, and ends up getting into the back of the net. So beautiful game here. 3 goals already for him, and we're moving forward with this game. So here at the strike of halftime, we end up getting a good opportunity, but over the net, and we're going to get a couple opportunities here to put a corner in. I'm going to try to make this run from the outside of the box. Ends up getting that cross a little bit too far out from where I was trying to run into, and we end up going into halftime down 2-1. So decent opportunities there, but not quite the opportunities that we were looking for, and we're going to move into the second half down 2-1 to FC Dallas. So here we're going to go ahead and right off a kickoff, try to push forward, try to get something going. Again, I'm playing on that outside left center mid position, which feels really comfortable, and the beauty of our midfield is that we do swap around so often, and we end up pushing some midfielders forward while also keeping some back to keep a balanced team. But here, an absolute beauty of a goal. We get another assist, actually I think our first assist of the MLS, so that is 2 goals and an assist. But here to Diego Valeri, getting that absolute beautiful goal to bring it back 2-2. Here at the end of the game, they end up trying to push forward a little bit here. Dallas tries to get one more opportunity but can't get anything really going. So that is going to be the end of this game. Sadly, a 2-2 draw. We end up going into the end of this episode with 4 points out of a possible 9. So it was a good episode, but we are going to keep pushing forward, try to get more points in the next one. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And until the next one, I will see you guys later.